How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me. And the broadcast today is about the one word that brings incredible fear to organizations and their staff members. And that one word is consultant. Oh my gosh, they are here. Why? Why is this? Well, in this broadcast, we're going to go over just a few things, and I'm sure that you can magnify this list probably by 10 times of what we're going to be talking about here. But I'm going to give you the one surefire way to reduce the anxiety in the organization. I can't say it's going to go to zero, but in our experiences, this is the one area, if you follow this advice, that reduces the anxiety, at least of the staff, which is very, very important. Because there are very, very good reasons why organizations bring in consultants. Unique expertise. My favorite, of course, is mentoring, where the organization gets new ideas and enhances the skills of the present group of people that are in the organization. I just want to mention that is something very different than what we call staff augmentation. And it doesn't matter who the firm is. But if the firm is in a time and material type of environment, there's staff augmentation. And that's not what we're talking about here. I'm not here to comment positive or negatively about staff augmentation and what it actually gains or inhibits in the organization. We're here to talk about the concept of a consultant. And the biggest thing that we find is an issue with the people that we talk to, in organizations, is questionable qualifications. And this is probably the number one issue. In other words, why do these people that are coming in have credentials or qualifications or expertise that is above what we have? And it sure isn't because they passed a multiple guess exam. And so this is a big one. What is that unique skill or talent that these people are bringing in? And I want to mention here, being very direct with my audience, it's not the company that we're talking about. It's the individual. I'm not here to use the phrase bait and switch, but I just used it. It's the individual talent that's going to assist you in whatever we're looking for. So how do you address that? Well, you've got to find out who that individual is and have some kind of a dialogue or understand what that individual can bring, to the organization. The second one is promoting the consultant's services and consultant's activities versus focusing in on what you need. And this is something that we see all the time. And again, we like to call those people the annuity consultants. In other words, their objective is to make sure that the activity never stops. One of our consulting clients has a great statement when it comes to this, and I'm chuckling. And he says, a lot of consultants' objective is to never land the airplane. And that's a great analogy. Got to keep it going. Limited transparency. In other words, what is the end objective? And that's partially the organization's issue and the consultants. In other words, what is the end game here? What's the goal that is being tried to be achieved with that assistance? And of course, just in a summary here, the last one, and there's a lot more, as I mentioned, is fear of change or fear of losing control. And we can understand that. In other words, the consultant becomes sort of like the key individual within the organization, which is horrible as far as we're concerned. Now, I want to give one advice to my audience. The number one way to reduce some of this, if not all of it, is fixed fee, fixed time consultant engagements. Fixed fee, fixed time consulting engagements. Here's what we're asking for, and here's what we're going to pay when that particular deliverable is produced. Sometimes I hear, well, we can't do that. We don't know what the end game is. Then stop. Then stop. As the phrase goes, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Now, this is a challenge both for the consultant and for the organization. To work out an understanding is, what is the measurable end objective that is supposed to be achieved at the end of a specific period of time, and what's the cost associated with it? And the number one reason why this is so important is not even the money or the deliverable. It's the organization's, the individual's recognition that there's a beginning and a middle and an end to this. And of course, there may be additional activities after that, but they know there's a beginning and a middle and an end to these activities. So instead of fearing consultants, bring consultants into your organization that have, and I know this sounds trite, your objectives as the key indicator of success. Think about it. Fixed fee, fixed time. There are organizations out there that do this. That's what you're looking for. They have confidence in themselves, and they work with you to make sure that you understand what the deliverables are going to be, and there is a correct nod on both sides, and the contract is executed. I hope this helps. Give it a try. Give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.